Today we are picking up a production model of the Canon R6 Mark II. And now I'm gonna sing you this intro song. Do, 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 do. We just arrived home from Iceland, which is a sentence I've said a lot of times this year. And this is what I did in Iceland this time. Just a bunch of Kodak gold. And I shot it all on this here, this golden camera. I also have a bit of a disappointment, I think, for Fuji shooters. The XT5 that I picked up on yesterday is not really a vlog. Unfortunately, I didn't even use it in Iceland. I didn't bring it to Iceland. I brought the X100V, and I'm going to return this to BJ Photo unused so that someone else that really wants an XT5 can have this. Unfortunately, don't look forward to an XT5 review on the channel, but you're here to watch a Canon R6 Mark II video anyway, so you don't care. So let's head to BJ Photo and pick up my Canon R6 Mark II. Actually, it's not even mine. Talk about that more in the next scene. That didn't sound good. Here is what I want a new camera to do for me. First, I want it to make me a better photographer. I want it to book me more clients, more work, so I'm able to buy an island in a place with very clear blue water, and then start a hotel on that island for creatives, and invite people to come and teach, and start a playground for people that want to create neat videos in a cool spot and be around like-minded people. What a camera will actually do for you is it'll help you take better pictures in a slightly faster, more efficient, and more accurate way. It's unfortunately not gonna make all your dreams come true, no matter how much you spend on a camera. It doesn't say it on the box, but if you buy like an M11, you can still take bad photos with it, even though it's a $10,000 camera. What it can do sometimes, though, is it can inspire you to get out and to create more and to create in a different way. I think there is value in that. What it's not going to do is change your life forever. I think that this is a massive trap that so many of us, including myself, fall into. What the Canon R6 is for me, it is a workhorse camera. Like the Icelandic horse, it's very comfortable to use, gets you where you need to be, makes the focus easier, faster, camera gets out of your way, it makes the correct decisions. I prefer Canon's autofocus to Sony's autofocus. So the Canon R3, which most of the autofocus has kind of trickled down into the Canon R6 Mark II, I prefer that autofocus over especially my Sony a7 IV. Not a landslide advantage, but it is a little bit easier and it understands me a little bit better. I haven't used the a7R Mark V for an entire wedding season yet, so maybe this will change. But at the time of recording this, I do prefer the Canon autofocus. That said, I do something weird. I'm gonna talk about it after we pick up the camera, but it's weird. Beautiful day. It's like I never left Iceland at all. We've done it. Canon R6 Mark II. This is not my camera. The weird thing that I do, that I told you, but also this camera came with 2 rolls of Kodak gold. What a combination deal here at BJ Photo in Waterloo. So this camera is for Lindsay. It is going to be her main camera next year, and we're going to be selling one of her R6s. And I actually currently own no Canon anything. I own nothing from Canon. Kind of with the exception of this, but this immediately gets passed to Lindsay. And the reason for that, and the weird thing that I do, is every winter, usually around November, I sell a lot of my camera equipment. I book off every winter from weddings, so usually November 1st is kind of that cutoff, unless it's somebody I know or maybe a wedding planner that I work with a lot that wants to do November wedding. Most of the time, Halloween-ish, I'm kind of done for the year for weddings, and I will not book another wedding until May, intentionally. So I get lots of inquiries for January, February, March, April. Not so much April. April's a weird month, but I do not take them. What I do is I block that time off. This is just for my own personal sanity and happiness. And it's something that I learned over time, was that I love having, it started kind of with January, that I would take only January off, that I would maybe shoot a New Year's wedding, and then I would have the rest of the month off. And then it slowly became January, February. And then I realized that by doing other sources of revenue, such as creating YouTube content here, or maybe more on the commercial side, or maybe what we do now is more on the commercial travel side of things, I realized that I could generate as much, if not more revenue by doing things that were not wedding related, which were a little bit more interesting. So my life kind of goes in seasons where I have a wedding season. It's very long. It's May until end of October, November. And then the other months, I have a clean calendar, which is the nicest mental thing to have in your entire, I can't explain to you how nice it is. I think that this was maybe the biggest thing that I was looking forward to by becoming an entrepreneur, by working for myself, was that I wanted to be able to have nothing. When I look at my calendar for this week, let's see what's on it. I'm going to Japan. Forgot about that. But in Japan, I have nothing on my calendar. So Marshall's coming. Pierre T. Lambert is coming. Magic is coming. Jason Vong and Vivian, they're already there. But back to topic, I book off that time intentionally to go and do other things. So I actually sell all of my wedding camera, not all of it, but I keep a pretty minimal kit for the winter. So right now I have this Sony a7 IV, which I'm going to be shooting 1 or 2 destination weddings over the winter. I know I just immediately contradicted myself. I'll be using my a7 IV as a backup for that, and then I will be getting an a7R Mark V for my travel, photo, video content creation over the winter. And I have this 14, I have a 20, I have the Tamron 35 to 150 that if you saw the last episode yesterday, you'll know that it kind of functions as a tilt shift now, and that's not a cool thing, it's a broken thing. That is back for warranty with Tamron, and I'm hoping that gets fixed, but then I also have the 51.2 and the 35. So I have 14, 20, 35 GM, 50 GM, and that's my winter kit. I don't need anything else. I may borrow things, I might come here to BJ and I might take some things from time to time, or I might shoot some stuff on the new R6 Mark II. But for the winter, I have no Canon gear, which is kind of crazy. I have no Nikon gear either, and I have a Fuji X100V, and that's it. I'm almost a full winter Sony boy. Let's go get some salad. The pita shop, you know? Why not? So I guess I didn't really explain why it is that I do that. I began doing it because of financial reasons, that during the winter wedding photography, you're not making a whole lot of money. You collect deposits, but you're not kind of in your full June to September cash flow situation. So I was kind of doing it to afford myself the little cushion in case in January, February, I needed some help. And then it started to become more of a creative thing, that I didn't really want to be just relying on whatever my favorite lens was from this year. I didn't want that to be my favorite lens for next year. So I would actively, as you probably saw, if you follow the channel, I didn't buy a 70 to 200 for the first couple weeks of the wedding season until I realized that I absolutely needed it. But I enjoyed the creative process of using something else and figuring that out to see if it could work for my workflow. And it turns out that maybe it did the job, but it wasn't the most comfortable experience for me. This is also from the perspective of somebody that shoots 40 plus 60 weddings per year some years. So I think that it is at least a little bit important to keep yourself interested in the gear process. I know gear is not supposed to, it's a video about gear, but it's not supposed to be the reason that you do photography, but it does give you that little creative burst every now and then. You get a new 51.2 and you've never shot a 50, you hate the 50, you go out, you shoot a wedding with it, you're probably gonna have a lot of fun. And it's going to re-energize you, especially in August when you're on wedding 35 and you're not dreading it. I don't think I've ever been like, I have to go shoot a wedding today, but your creative resources are a little bit depleted usually by the end of the wedding season. And to add a new piece of gear, I do feel like it is a stupid life hack, at least for my brain. I don't know, does it work for you too? Let's go get a salad with this gentleman. Oh no. The pita factory is closed. There's no hours posted either. So after all of that hard work, we're not going to be getting a salad here at Pita Factory in Waterloo. What do we do? I don't know. Bit of an existential crisis. I was really looking forward to having lunch with our new friend. Look at this new studio things. Old studio thing, new standing desk, studio thing. What do you think my angle is? Or do I go in the fuzzy chair? It's a nice chair. Wow. The desk is standing. A standing unboxing. I don't know if I've ever done an unboxing. It's kind of in my head. I guess that's what it is today. R6 Mark II. What do people do in unboxings? Talk about papers? There's papers in it. A charger, which is nice. Shout out to Canon for still including chargers. Everyone that does not include chargers, I hate you. Look at this, a strap. Wow. Here it is. Production. R6 Mark II. The on-off button is no longer up here, which is going to take me a minute to get used to. That is the photo video switch, which is interesting. So I like that the on-off is back on this hand. It makes me very happy. Why don't you just put it on the front, like Sony, like Nikon? Kind of annoying. Whatever. It's up there. That's fine. And then on this side here, you have your photo video switch. So it's a physical switch, which means that you can't set a button to switch from photo to video mode like you could on an R5. I don't know. It's kind of everything that's changed for me. I know things inside have changed a little bit, but let's see how fast it is to switch from photo to video mode, because that's something that only I am weird enough to care about. And let's hope that this battery comes with 10% of a charge. And the battery comes completely depleted. So this ends our unboxing. I guess we got to go somewhere else to actually try it, because I don't have anything to do here today. Most stressful day of any month, week, year is the day you get home from a trip and you got to kind of do everything. You got emails to catch up, you got client deliveries, you got some shoots that you have to do, you got some edits that were on hard drives that you didn't bring. All that I get to do today, and I've actually decided to abstain from lunch today because I kind of get my choice of making this video or eating lunch. I've run out of time for everything else. I'm also curious if I can just charge this on a regular USB-C or if it is a requirement that I get the PD power supply. Is the computer on? Computer's on. Let's see if I can just easily charge this. I'm gonna guess the answer is no. I'll set Lindsay's time correctly. Also, they changed the joystick. The joystick is different. I don't know if it's better or worse. We'll figure that out later. I have to relearn how to use a Canon camera. November 30th, 2022. So it says battery is flashing. So I don't think that this is actively charging, which is a bit unfortunate. So yeah, we'll go home. See, I've already done it. That's how I tried to turn the camera off. Lindsay is gonna hate that. She's gonna complain about it for the next year, especially when you're shooting two bodies. You got a Canon R6 and a Canon R6 Mark II. This is your on-off switch, and the switch hasn't changed, it's still there. It just does something completely different now. She's gonna find herself in video mode with the camera off in her bag quite often, and I would as well. Let's go. More exciting news for the day. Focal, I'm part owner in the company, but they do make my website, and I've just received a new redesign of my website. My website was one of the first ones they built back in January. I guess we started working together in last year, but in January I had a new website out and I very much enjoyed it. But the team, they've added some new images that I've shot over. It's so nice that you just have, I don't know, this is the focal pitch of the video, I guess. If you get a focal website made, you just send them some images and they build everything. They'll write your copy for you, or they'll copy and paste it if you have a current website. It's nice. You just get to look at your new website. You don't have to do anything. How wicked awesome nice is that? Also get in before the end of the year, because it's going up, I think, to $3,000 for a website build going into January. So if you want one, there's also a new creator plan, but if you have, I don't know, a business that's doing a lot of volume, I would recommend the business plan. But yeah, get in before the end of the year. Let's actually go home this time. Can't believe I got 2 rolls of Kodak Gold included. It's too dark over here. Can't believe I got 2 rolls of Kodak Gold included with my Canon R6 Mark II purchase. Shout out BJ Photo Waterloo. Your new camera. Congratulations. It's yours. And here we go. Switch photos, switch video mode. There's no buffer, but it does take a second, maybe more. It's probably the same as if you had to actually spin this dial up here. All right, switching to 4K 60. 10 minutes 4K 60 footage. The camera is not hot whatsoever. It's warm, but it's not hot. This battery is also dead.
Is this thing on? Well, this is interesting, photo video. I do primarily photos, so that's not super helpful for me. I like that I shot Nikon before, and I always just had like a one-handed on-off over here, so this is nice. But as a person who has fingernails, this will be a constant frustration.
Give me more.
Like, I literally can't turn it on with just a thumb because that's not what this does. So I have to do on-off with this fingernail, which will, I guess basically any woman who has nails will just have to go to short nails now. Thanks, Canon.
There you have it, Sony, nope, Canon R6 Mark II. Doesn't overheat, awesome. Very quick to switch from photo to video mode, again, awesome. And retains most of what's good on the R6 and increments it by a little bit. Unfortunately for Lindsay with nails, it is not the most ergonomic design. The grip feels nicer, but the on-off button will take some getting used to, unfortunately. Will this camera help me complete my dream of buying an island for creatives to come and hang out and make videos? I don't think so, but maybe we're one step closer. Who knows? See you next time. Hey Jeff, would you mind giving me a 20-second review of the all-new Canon R6 Mark II? I'd really appreciate it.
Hello, faithful YouTube subscribers. It is your favorite, most qualified camera reviewer, Jeff. Look, I'm here to tell you about something exciting that just dropped. It is the new Canon R6 Mark II. Now, I still don't actually know what a Mark is. I'm hopeful Canon's going to reply to my request for a free camera to figure that out in a follow-up video. Hopefully I can post some of that for you. But look, as the old saying goes, one Mark is good, two Marks are obviously better. So I think this thing is really going to be a game changer. You're going to want to add this to your 2022 Christmas list. So check it out, and also check the link for a promo code. I'm still kind of working out the details with Canon on that one. Hopefully they'll do something with that. It's highly unlikely, but hopefully you're going to pick one of these things up. I think you're going to love it.